In this video, Castor Abbott President Mark Ford is going to show you what to do when your Facebook ads aren't working.
So here's what I want to talk to you guys about, guys. So I've been on a few calls. We've gone through the ads. They're good. I've often running the ads. I'm a little bit lost on, I think I understand what to do when we find things that are working from an ad set perspective, duplicate, double down on that, right? Alter the audience a little bit and keep running with that.
Yep.
The stuff that's not working, we shut down. So
Yep.
I have maybe one ad set that I think is working pretty well.
Okay.
The rest clearly aren't, right?
Uh-huh.
What's the iteration process? How should I think my way through? There's a couple different things that we can change, but I want to be sort of systematic about what I change and test. Did I miss that somewhere in the training? Or can you give me some guidance about how to be sort of systematic with that process?
Yep. Okay. So big picture, the thing that we are looking for scaling is big audiences that generate responses to our marketing message, right? So we need market message fit. Yep.
Okay.
And if you have a big audience that's responding, say 1 million, 2 million or more audience, then that's great. You can start to scale your budget just with that one audience.
Okay.
How big is the audience that you have?
On that audience, wow. So it says potential reach is 18 million.
Okay, so that's plenty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plenty big.
Okay. Would you just would you run any different ads against that 18 million? Would you start to experiment with that audience?
Okay. Yeah, I would.
And then
I would
sorry, go ahead.
I would start throwing you always want more than one ad message.
Right.
Yep. Minimum of 2. And then when you have 2 that are working, then you want to expand to try to get 3. 3 is plenty.
Okay.
On your cold traffic. And then when you have cold traffic working with minimum of 2 ad messages, then you can start to look at retargeting.
I got you. So for that one that I mentioned, it's that one audience and we've got one message against it that's working. The other 2 messages that I ran against that audience weren't showing the same result.
Okay.
But same process there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So take a look at your messages that were not working. Generate a hypothesis of what you think may be off, what's not connecting, and iterate the message. Or take a completely different angle at it. Like if you did a how-to angle, do a secret angle.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to build out a sheet that was a little bit different, thinking about what can I change, right? So I can change pictures, I can change headlines, I can change ad copy. And ultimately, if we get to a place where none of this is working against the audience, I have to hop back to really the avatar and the message and try to understand the client better because I'm missing something.
Or
does everything I said in that order make sense, or what am I missing?
Or you need to test additional audiences.
Right.
Because it goes back to market message fit. Reality is you might have the message.
Right.
But if you're not hitting your market, then it's not going to work.
And that's the point that I'm struggling with to understand is like I think I have the right message because I hear from the people that we talk to.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing the results to verify that, right? So I'm battling this thought in my mind of, do I have the right message? Or do I need to continue to iterate down this path of audience, headline, ad copy, picks? I don't know where to make that delineation between if I have it right or not. It sounds like, and again, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it sounds like I have to just play with that and figure it out.
How many audiences have you tested?
15 or so.
Okay.
16.
Yep. Okay. And you have one that one that lines up?
Yeah, I have one that I'm seeing good traffic heading to the watch page, and I've seen some appointments scheduled against that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Within that audience, if you look at fragments of what that audience might look like, side sub interest off of that interest.
Okay.
So versus like
Gotcha.
trying to take like an iteration, like a massive iteration like apples orange, like
Mhm.
is there like subspecies of of the apple, right?
Right.
Like the almost like the sub interests within the interest,
I got you.
and create
And I can relate that
fragmentation.
in,
Yeah.
yeah. And I can relate that in the audience setup. It's easy for me to find those things and start to work against them. What do people like that are in that audience? That's what you mean, right?
Yep. You can also use the tool in when you're inputting the interests. You can also click suggestions. There's a little button that says suggestions. So
Okay.
if you have that one interest, you can click interest, and then there's a little button there that'll say suggestions, and it'll show you other suggestions.